Good morning, Rickey. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. The prayer warriors, y'all. We're soliciting the prayer warriors again, y'all. This time for one of our very own, honey, Miss Eva Marcille. Now, I wasn't clear about all this here. And I mean, because I looked at you and I didn't see anything wrong with your body. I didn't see no scratches or nothing like that. But it's been reported, y'all, that reality star Eva Marcille, y'all, they're saying her ex, Mr. Kevin McCall, y'all, was arrested recently for domestic violence. Now, they're saying that Kevin was arrested at the Compton courthouse, honey, on one felony count of injury of a spouse or cohabitant. Now, they're saying, y'all, he's still, according to this report, that he's still in jail on a $75,000 bail. So, Eva, was that you? Were you the cohabitant on a spouse?
Gary, don't get me to getting in jail for abusing you. Now, domestic violence is very, very real. It was, I went through domestic violence. I finally found the courage to come up and talk about it about a couple years ago, about what I went through with Kevin. And he is definitely extremely violent, physically abusive. And I wasn't the only person that has dealt with it. More recently, there was a young lady he dealt with, knocked all her fronts out. His child's mother before me has dealt with domestic violence, his sister, his mother, and now, obviously, the list goes on. And there's this new young lady that, unfortunately, was dating him, and his inability to have what people call self-control of his, frustration and his anger, and he takes it out. And he's not a small guy. He played D1 football. So he's a nice sized guy, and obviously beat this girl up.
So that wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I'm married. Gary thought it's not funny. Like, are you trying to be messy? Like, are you serious right now?
No, because they just said a spouse or cohabitant. I didn't know which one it was.
Do you think I cohabitate? Do I live in Compton, or do I come and work with you every day?
Well, sometimes we
can. Gary.
But you
I do feel for the girl. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to Rickey, and I was saying the sad thing about this is you got men sitting in jail right now for a nickel bag of weed. However, this man has hit and beat multiple women and still finds himself out free in the streets.
So what was that relationship like? Like you said that you could be sitting there just out of the blue.
Yeah, it was, I can't believe I'm talking about it, because it took me a lot of time to even get up the courage to be able to talk about it, because it's embarrassing, coming from where I come from and being as astute and as courageous as I am. You always feel like it could never be me, Right. And so it's one of those things where I dated Kevin and I got pregnant. And we weren't really in love, to be completely honest. And it wasn't a relationship that lasted long enough for me to really even know him. And so it didn't start for me until I was pregnant with Marley. Wow. And I was pregnant with my child. So.
And that's when the abuse started.
Yep. And then about a month after having Marley, it didn't stop. It got worse. And it got worse with her. And the final straw was when Marley was actually in my arms once, and I was like, I can't do this no more.
Oh my God.
Damn. All right, Eva, don't start.
So I feel sorry. I feel sorry for that girl. I feel bad for that girl, and I feel bad for women that have to deal with it. And, it's actually not a laughable matter. It's something that makes you feel so little, so you really don't want to talk about it. But it really sucks. And I hope that they keep his ass in jail as long as they can.
Wow.
Period.
Right.
Wow. Well, we sorry you had to go through that. And on behalf, we're going to shout out the Domestic Violence Hotline.
Yeah.
For any woman that's going through that and having to deal with domestic violence and stuff like that. So we'll when we come back, we're going to be honestly about to pull it up right now. So if there's any woman out there, go ahead and make a play. I'll let you do it.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things that you don't want to talk about. It's something that you have to talk about, though, because a lot of women that you sit next to every single day at work and at church, and, you have family members. I have 3 brothers. Right. I got a brother in the Marines, and there's no way they would have believed that I was even dealing with this. And so if there are any women and men out there, because women are as crazy as men, and there are women out there that are, out there and violent against men also. But if there's anyone dealing with domestic violence, the Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-7233. Hit them up and, try to get some help. Try to get out of your situation. What I do know is that there is a sun on the other side of that dark day. That's for sure.
There it is. All right, what's the number again?
The number to the Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-7233.
The good news is that when you start crying, you had enough napkins in here from yesterday. Napkins.
That's right.
You had napkins from yesterday and an extra 15 napkins you bought from Starbucks this morning. Right. So,
hey, Ricky.
In
the meantime, we need to put him on don'tdatehimgirl.com. Don't date him, girl.
Website?
Don't date him, girl. Period. Avoid that man.
Don't
date him, girl.com, okay? Period.
This is your home for hip hop and Smiley. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.